This is Scadbury Moated Manor, and it's an estate that was, the first records date back to 1157 when the Scadburys were here, and then there was a number of owners, and in about 1400s the Walsinghams then bought the estate, and then later on there was the Bettinsons and the Marsh and Townsends and Bromley Council now own the estate.
So how did you get involved in this project?
The estate was up for sale, and the community around Chislehurst got hold of councillors and lobbied them and said, we think that this ought to be kept rather than sold off and built on. And it was part of green belt land, so it would have been difficult for people to build on it anyway. And the council decided that they would actually buy the estate, and the Orpington District Archaeological Society knew about this and asked if we could actually carry out an excavation on here. Well, probably the most important thing is actually a Tudor sundial that was found here at Scadbury, and it's on display in the Bromley Museum, and it was one of the items that was put forward for the BBC 100 best objects around the country, and they expanded it to be about 1,000 objects in the end, I think. And anyway, it's on the BBC website and you can have a look at it, and the actual thing is on display in the Bromley Museum. So, and it was an unfinished Tudor sundial, and it's very, very rare apparently to find one of those.
How did you feel when you realised what you'd found and how important
Well,
it
I think it was one of our members who just saw this stone and turned it over and then looked at it and thought it had some markings on it, and it was only when it was sort of washed and cleaned up so we realised that it was a sundial. Yes, the Orpington District Archaeological Society was formed by about 15 members of us who were initially working on the bathhouse at Poverest Road, and the excavation there came to an end in about 1975, and the curator at the time at the Bromley Museum said that she couldn't cope with all of the people who were coming in with bits and pieces and Roman pottery and flints and things that were being brought into the museum, and so we all sort of got together and said, well, we'll form the Orpington District Archaeological Society, and I'm one of the founder members of that, and there's still some of us still alive today. We carry out excavation work, we train people in the techniques of excavation, we do field walking where we walk across fields and have a look and see what's there with the farmer's permission, or we walk along public footpaths and have a look and see if we can see anything sticking out of the ground.
How much of your time is taken up with volunteering?
At the moment, a lot of my time is taken up volunteering because I'm now the volunteer coordinator for volunteers at Bromley Museum.
Right, okay.
So as well as doing work for ODAS, some of my time is spent 1 or 2 days a week down at the museum, actually telling volunteers what to do and giving them encouragement and interviewing them and trying to gain more volunteers. So I'm really into volunteering.
It sounds like it. So Michael, can you tell me what impact volunteering has had on your life?
I first started volunteering when I was at school, which meant that when I was doing the excavating, it had to be done at weekends instead of during the week, and I had to do my homework first, and then I was allowed out to play, if you like, and then I ended up working for the civil service, and I worked there for 34 years now, and I retired 2 years ago under an early retirement package, and I thought that's fine because I can now carry on and do my archaeology full time or whenever I want to. So I now do archaeology sort of during the week and at weekends as well, which is brilliant.
So it really is a big passion of yours then?
Yes, yeah.
So finally, Michael, what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't volunteering?
Oh, that's a good question, isn't it?
Yeah.